Shalom. I'm going to give all honor and praises to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM QADASH. That belongs to the elders and apostles get list, don't petition me with future sincerity. Citation to the hopeful and expect at the forecast of that. So the title of this lesson would be that the Lord looketh at the heart. Okay? The Lord looketh at the heart. Right? So I'm gonna get here in 1 Samuel 16, right? Because we're in this truth, right? We have some of us, we might not look like a man of the Lord, okay? We might not look like someone that the Spirit of the Lord is dealing with, right? And that's some case with all of us, right? We might not have the look, right? The talk, okay? Of a true man of the Lord, right? But we know that, but it's all about the Spirit, okay? At the end of the day, it's all about the Spirit, okay? So I'm gonna get here in 1 Samuel 16, and I'm gonna. So 1 Samuel 16, it goes into basically the Lord, he took his spirit out of Saul, right? He took his spirit out of Saul, and he was like set up a new king over the nation of Israel, right? So so I'm gonna get here 1 Samuel 16. Verse 1 says, "And the Lord, YAHAWAH said unto Samuel, How long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him from reigning over Israel?" Okay? So he's talking about Samuel the prophet, right? Fill thy horn with oil and go. I will send thee to Jesse the Bethlehemite. He was an Israelite, from the city of Bethlehem, right? For I have provided me a king among his sons, right? So the Lord told Samuel, all right, to go to the Bethlehem, right, to get Jesse, right, because the Lord had appointed a king in Jesse's feminine line. Basically, this is what the Lord he told Samuel to go to Bethlehem, right? And Samuel said, "How can I go?" The Lord said, if Saul hear it, he will kill me. And the Lord YAHAWAH said, "Take an heifer." Okay, a heifer is a female cow, basically. With thee, and say, "I am come to sacrifice to the Lord YAHAWAH," right? And call Jesse to the sacrifice, and I will show thee what thou shalt do, and thou shalt anoint unto me him when I name unto thee. Okay. So yeah, So basically, I'm going to read that again. "And call Jesse to this sacrifice, and I will show thee what thou shalt do, and thou shalt anoint unto me him whom I name unto thee." Right? So the Lord, he will basically, Jesse was going to come, and his sons were going to come, right? And the Lord, he was basically going to, try the spirits, right, of his sons, right? And, whoever the Lord chooses, that who Samuel was to anoint. Okay, this is what we're about to get into. "And Samuel did that which the Lord YAHAWAH spake, and came to Bethlehem. And the elders of the town trembled at his coming, and said, Comest thou peacefully?" Right? Because what? Samuel was a prophet of the Lord, right? So, this is how it was back then, right? Like prophet was coming to like a city, they either came there for peace, or they came there to, for basically, the so-called quote-unquote prophets of doom, right? They came there to pronounce judgment, right, of destruction of that place. He said peacefully, right? "I am come to sacrifice unto thee, Lord YAHAWAH. Sanctify yourselves and come with me to the sacrifice." And he sanctified Jesse and his sons and called them to the sacrifice. Okay. "And it came to pass when they were come that he looked on Elab. I'm not gonna pronounce these names correctly, so bear with me. He looked unto Elab and said, "Surely the Lord's Yahawah anointed is before him." Okay, that name Elab goes into that right. Eli, right? Eli goes into the word strength. Okay, so this was like a strong person, right? He was a man of strength, right? You know, Jesse sons. So people, so he thought that surely the Lord, surely the Lord gonna choose him, right? But the Lord Yahawah said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, or on the height, or on the height of his stature. Okay, so the Lord told Samuel not to look on his countenance, because his countenance is going back to what his appearance, right? His whether he's strong, right? Etc. Okay, or on the height of his stature, whether he's tall or short. Because I have refused him. The Lord said he refused Eli, right? For the Lord Yahawah seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, right? But the Lord Yahawah looketh on the heart. The heart goes back to the Hebrew word law, which means your mind, your spirit, okay? This is what the Lord look at it, right? Because then Jesse called Abinadab, right, and made him pass before Samuel. And he said, neither has the Lord chosen this. All right, so the Lord, he didn't choose Eliab, he didn't choose Abinadab, right? Again, Slakia, if I'm pronouncing his names wrong. Then Jesse made Shammah, right, to pass by. And he said, neither has the Lord Yahawah chosen this, right? So the Lord, he was trying their hearts, right? Their spirits, right? And the Lord, he found something in them that he didn't like. So he didn't choose them, okay? They probably too proud, right? Etc. Again, Jesse made 7 of his sons to pass before Samuel, and Samuel said unto Jesse, the Lord Yahawah has not chosen this. Okay, the Lord, he haven't chosen them, right? And many reasons why, the Lord haven't chosen them, all right? Because again, the Lord, he could have chosen them, but there's a reason why the Lord didn't choose them, okay? And Samuel said unto Jesse, are here all thy children? So Samuel basically said to Jesse, this is all your children, right? These seven sons that the Lord didn't choose. And he said, there remaineth yet the youngest, and behold, he keepeth the sheep. All right, so there's the youngest. And Samuel said unto Jesse, send and fetch him, for we will not sit down till he come hither. Right? And this was referring to what? David, okay? So Samuel wanted David, okay? Because the Lord told Samuel to go to Bethlehem, because there I have chosen a go back up, basic 1 Samuel 16:1. It says, and the Lord said unto Samuel, how long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him from reigning over Israel? Fill thy horn with oil and go, and I will send thee to Jesse the Bethlehemite, for I have provided me a king among his sons. Right. So, the Lord told Samuel to go to Bethlehem, right, because the Lord had provided a king, among Jesse's sons. So Samuel knew that. So Samuel said, we will not eat, right, until I, to this king, right, till we found this king out of your among your sons, right, So going back to here, 1 Samuel, I'm gonna read this again, 1 Samuel 16. And 11, and Samuel said unto Jesse, Are here all thy children? And he said, There remaineth yet the youngest, and behold, he keepeth the sheep. And Samuel said unto Jesse, Send and fetch him, for we will not sit down till he come hither, right? You know, because what? The Lord, he didn't choose any of these 7 sons that Jesse provided, right? And the Lord told Samuel that I have chosen a king among the sons of Jesse. So, Samuel was to found this king, right, that the Lord chose, right? Because he clearly he didn't choose any of the one that Jesse provided, right? And he sent, he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy and was all of a beautiful countenance and good to look to, right? And the Lord Yahushua said, Arise, anoint him, for this is he. Right. And when you go into it, right, when you go to the NLT, when you read in the NLT, it says that he was black, right? He said he was a black, right? It described David as black, right? Which he was, right? He wasn't like black, as like an Hamite looking black, right? But he was like dark. He probably was, right? We don't know, right? But we know that we know that the Israelites were dark, so-called black people, right? So yeah, we'll read this again, 1 Samuel 16 and 12. And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy and was all of a beautiful countenance and goodly to look to, right? So he was handsome, And the Lord Yahushua said, Arise and anoint him. Arise and anoint him, for this is he, right? So the Lord chose David, okay, the one that was keeping the least of Jesse's sons, right? David, okay, right? The keepers of his sheep. Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brethren. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon David from that day forward. So Samuel rose up and went to Ramah, right? So the Spirit of the Lord came unto David, right? And David was what? Anointed king. Okay, so shows what the Lord, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about the outward appearance, right? He can have. He doesn't care about that, right? So I'm gonna prove this in 1 Corinthians 1. 1 Corinthians 1 and 26, right? It reads, for you see, calling, that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called, right? So the Lord, he didn't choose, everyone, right? For you see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh. So it don't matter how much wisdom you have of this world, okay? Not many mighty men, no matter how powerful or how strong you think you is, according to this world standards, okay? Not many noble are called, okay? No matter how honored you are, how reverent you are, according to this world standard. But the Most High has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. The Lord has chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. And what David, you can consider David, as a, David, he was chosen, he was the least among, Jesse's sons. That's the reason why Jesse didn't get David, right? Didn't, bring David to the offering, to that, sacrifice, right? The Lord, he haven't, he didn't know the reason why, because what, David was looked as foolish among the sons of Jesse, right? He wasn't, basically he wasn't honored, okay? Put it like that, he wasn't honored, like he wasn't, honored among, the children of Jesse, right? Among the sons of Jesse, okay? So, but what? The Lord told what Samuel that he doesn't, man look on the outward appearance, but the Lord, he look at the heart, right? Um, and the Most High has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. Right. So the Lord chose David. Right. David, you can consider David as in weak, as in not weak, as in he was like he wasn't like your average Israelite, right? He wasn't mighty. He wasn't honored among the family of Jesse, right? You know, but the Lord, he chose David, okay, to do what? He chose David, okay, right, to confound the things which are mighty, right? Because he wasn't honored among his David. He wasn't honored among the sons of Jesse, right? He was the keepers of the sheep, right? You know, and when you watch movies, right? I'm gonna even go to this point, right? Movies, right? They even show this in the movies, right? Of David, being, him not being him being mocked and scoffed at by his brothers, right? Him having they didn't you can when you watch certain biblical movies of David, right? David, he wasn't, he was just a average Israelite, keeper of the sheep, right? But he was looked at as as least by his brothers, right? You know, but David being keeper of the sheep shows basically, him what the it basically a symbolic of him, being keepers of the Lord's, him basically reigning over the Lord nation, basically him reigning over the nation of Israel, right? Um, 28. And base things of the world, okay, in things which are despised has the Most High chosen, yeah, in things which, okay, in things which, let's see, this. Sorry, I'm trying to flip pages. And things which are not to bring to naught things that are, right? Because what? You have Israelites, that's in this truth, right? For example, like me, who are not considered, who are not considered like you know, a respected, or an honor among this world, right? Doesn't have a lot of money, right? Doesn't have money, doesn't have money at all, you know, um, you know, just average, right? Work, regular job, okay? You know, we are not considered, not getting going to my whole life, right? We're not considered, but we're not the type of people that people are, stopped by, while teaching, they will like, stop and hear what I gotta say, or you know show me honor or something like that, But the Lord, he had chosen, but not, I won't say chosen, but he called people, he called, you know, us into the church, right, to confound those who are, confound the elites, confound this world, right? You know, so because what? The Lord, he tries the hearts, right? You know, so yeah, um, I'm gonna get here this and I'm gonna get here, um, because what? The Lord, you have many Israelites that are in His truth, um, they're proud, right? Um, And the scripture says the Lord, he haven't called many mighty men, right? So you have some Israelites who are in this truth, right, who are mighty, right? They're probably not. What I mean mighty is that they're probably physically, um, they probably have a lot of probably have some money, or probably rich, but their lot is to distribute their riches or whatever they have to brothers, right? Let me get here in Jeremiah 17. Jeremiah 17:10 says that I, the Lord Yahawah, search the heart. Okay, the Lord, he searched the heart. That's what he was doing. The word search goes back to where examine the heart, the spirit. That was the Lord he was doing. He was examining the spirit of Jesse's sons, right? And the Lord, he's and I tried the reins, right? I tried the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruits of his doing. So the Lord, he was examining the hearts of Jesse's sons, and by the Lord examining the heart of Jesse's son, there was something he didn't like, right? There was something wicked in them, right, that he did not like. All right. And it shows you in those different biblical movies, right, that they were proud, they were very proud, right? They boast in their strength, right? You know, so the Lord, when he tried the heart of David, right? The Lord, he saw something in David that he liked, right? David was what? He was meek. He was humble. Okay, he was caring, right? You know, that was the Lord required. He required a contrite spirit. The Lord, he delighted in a contrite mind, right? And David, he was very contrite. You know, This why many Israelites can't repent, because they're not humble, right? Humble to repentance requires humility, right? I'm gonna get here before I'm close. This is Psalm 51:17. It says, "The sacrifices of the Most High are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart. O the Most High, thou will not despise." All right. So the Lord, he's not going to despise a man that is humble. Okay. That shows humility, right? That's what the Lord, he delight in that, right? The Lord, this is why the Lord said that a son that he chastised not, he counted him as a bastard, right? So the Lord, if the Lord, he chastising us, right? That means that, he's dealing with us, right? That means that, he's purging out of something in us, right? That he sees as, wicked, okay? So again, this was something quick, it wasn't to the spirit that I wanted to get into, right? Because many, brothers, we can't lose faith, because we might not look like a, like a high mighty Israelite, right? We might not have a look of an Israelite, right? But the Lord, he called us, right, for a reason, right? He saw something in us, right, that man cannot see, right, on the outward appearance, right? So we have to continue to what? We got to continue to fight, the good fight of faith, continue to endure, because our reward is what? It's in the kingdom of heaven, okay? And we have to pray that Lord continues to keep his spirit on us, continue to, have us endure to the end, right? Because Jay gonna continue to be wicked, right? Jay gonna continue to do what they going to do, right? And but the Lord, he gonna judge them, right? The warning has been sent, right? The message has been sent, right? So I'm gonna close it here by giving all honor and praises to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, QADASH. Till next time, say shalom.